Car number 28, last year's champion from Tolland, Connecticut, the Wheelers Auto Parts Napa entry for Rich Hammann.
We had high hopes. We made no changes, but looking back at it, there was the first race. There was 40 ACT cars with different rubber. So basically, it felt like the car was driving through mud.
Jeremy Lavoie, 2 races, 2 second places. Rich Hammann, 2 races, 2 third places.
I guess we just kind of managed the finishes, but we definitely didn't have the car to compete up front.
Rich Hammann has closed up the gap. Hammann is coming like a house of fire as Jensic is still trying to hold on. 7 laps and counting.
Well, I think the track started coming back to some of our setup that we had last year. So the car was really good on the 30 laps. I caught the 23 car.
The 23 of Jensic out of shape in turn 2. Here's Hammann, they get together. Jensic hard into the outside wall off turn 2. And it is a flat right front tire for car 28 of Rich Hammann.
It was a chance to win, and I was definitely frustrated. I don't try to hold grudges. I try to move on to the next week.
He had a couple podiums at the beginning of the season, but since then, he hasn't found the podium.
And how would you kind of sum it up in your championship defense the first 7 weeks?
I'm going to say we kind of struggled a little bit with the setup because the track has changed from last year.
I honestly don't know what the track condition. I don't know if it's because they didn't put the traction compound on the outside, if they even put any on. Knowing these things now and looking at hindsight, we had to put more mechanical grip in the front to get the front tires to work better. But we had to throw out the whole setup and start over.
Is now the time for Rich Hammann to strike?
Yes, it is, because time is going to run out real quick.
You know, it became very frustrating, and we just kept digging, and we kept digging, and we kept digging. And that's where I give, Rob from RRC and my whole team for never giving up, communicating to each other, okay, what's the car doing? Rich, I need you to focus on this. What is it doing? So it built our bond a little bit more because we were going through a hard time. So we clicked on it.
White flag, 1 lap to go as they go back to turn 1.
And Matt Clement closes in from 3rd spot. Hammann rides Paradise up a half a lane. He's clear of Paradise and has the lead.
Checkered flag, Rich Hammann will pick up his first win of the 2023 limited late model season.
I just dug down deep hard. It was good racing.
It was exciting. It felt good. And to do it the way I did it, I'm like, we're back. Thank God.
Padnote starts to falter. Here comes Hammann. Hammann tries to move to the inside. Side by side to the bottom of turn number 3. Padnote in the upper groove. Here comes Hammann down low. Padnote drifts up the racetrack. Rich Hammann is back in the winner's circle here at Stafford.
Hammann was 4 seconds behind Padnote during that race and came back to win.
Dude, I just said, well, I'm going to dig deep and do what I can, and whatever happens, happens. I didn't even expect to catch him. It builds your confidence in the car. It's like, okay, we're back. We got the car back. It's where it's supposed to be. I think as a team, we got better as far as communicating to each other, only because we weren't doing very well. I mean, I'm not going to say we were doing bad, but the car wasn't in winning form. It's definitely a process. I want to thank Mike from Wheelers Auto Parts in Napa, Glenn from Napa, Jim from Napa, Matt from Napa. Those guys all are really good to me. Strebel Trucking, they just came on board for a couple races. He helped me out. Pottle and Sons Home Improvement, RRC, obviously Rob, Kyle, Tyler, Haley, RJ, Damien, we're all a little team. Kevin, the 21 car, Williams Race Gears, Donnie from Rad Auto Machine. He does a lot of things for everybody, and great guy to work with. Sunoco Fuels, Riley's Generators. I won that generator last year. That thing was great. Let's see, Kaz Custom Interiors. Doc from Family Life Care Chiropractors in Ellington. Alpine Tree Company. DMW Graphics. Sorry, Dennis. I got to thank the Aroots and Stafford Speedway, Flow Racing, you guys for covering us. I want to thank the fans. I think a lot of racers, they lose the sight that you're there to put a show on for the fans. That gives me more happiness than anything else, is putting a show on for the fans. Well, I'm going to definitely pay a little bit closer attention to what's going on with the track, I think. And, out of the gate, and go what we have right now, but I have a game plan, or we have a game plan if things should change.